Hello everyone! We've got a lot of games for today, and a lot of these are very risky bets as they are all best of ones. So personally, I would abstain from a lot of these bets unless you're a particular fanboy of a team. My analysis is also going to be shorter given the number of games, but if you have any questions, please just pop it below in the comments and I will get back to you. Either way, let's jump into it. So the first game for today is Titan versus Arrow, and while 3 months ago this would have been a pretty epic game, Arrow's loss of Johnny is sort of hitting them hard, especially in their drafting experience. Last night we did see them lose 1-2 against Mineski, which was due to the drafting, really, I would say, allowing Jacko to grab his Tinker in Game 2 and Game 3 where he showed DDZ how to play. And yes, the VODs will be coming as soon as I get access to the replays. At the moment I can't make VODs because I don't have the replays. Titan did recently lose to Arrow in the preseason for the Star Ladder, but it's worth remembering that this was a Titan without Ohio, and without a set team house. So while I am not sure if Titan have yet relocated to their new team house, they have got Ohio back, and their performance is going to be increasing over time as they take their holiday boots off and put their try-hard hats on. It is a best of one, which does make it a little bit more risky than normal, but unless Titan with the drafting, allowing DDZ a Tinker or an Invoker, I think this should be a pretty easy game for them. Given that on teamwork, i.e. when they play their best, Arrow can beat Titan, I would make this a slightly riskier bet, but I do believe Titan can win. So bet Titan, but don't go full YOLO. In a best of one, anything can happen. The next game is Zephyr versus MVP. Again, a best of one, but I think MVP should win this. For the KDL, the way that the money is earned is based upon successive wins. So for each win you get a set amount, and then each successive win, you get an increasing amount of money. At the moment, MVP are at the cap, meaning they get an extra 5 million won per win they get in a row. This means that there is a lot on the line for them, so I would not expect any sloppy plays. While Zephyr did beat Pokerface a few days ago, other than that, there's a long list of losses on their line. Whereas MVP has only dropped one series against Titan, who is arguably the best C team at the moment, but they've won all of their other games. Of course, Zephyr do have now Molina's analysis on their side, meaning that we might see some stronger drafting and sort of less mid-game throws, but regardless, it's a best of one, so do bet carefully. I think this should be MVP's game. For the next match, it's going to be Zephyr yet again against Rave. Another match that I think will be fairly even, but this is due to the fact that both teams tend to throw. I personally would either abstain from betting or bet for whoever is your favourite team. Again, best of one, anything can happen. In the past, Rave has beaten Zephyr, but it's worth remembering that Molini was reasonably new to the team, and they will have been training hard to improve. So, bet small or don't bet. I really don't see a clear winner. Execration versus MSI is the next game up, and boy is this one hard to guess. Execration has not been playing much or been active in the competitive scene as much as the other teams. They lost all of their games in the preseason of Star Ladder and haven't had a win since June. MSI on the other hand performed decently in the GMPGL Class S. This is another super risky bet as either team could win. It's all going to depend on performance. Even in terms of players, I am slightly unsure who's going to be playing on Execration side. So Fox, Ehwe, Kimo and Aha have been confirmed to me, but Arbang has left the team. This means there is going to be a stand-in for Arbang. So, given that it's a Pino versus Pino match, I will definitely be tuning in, as there's a sort of total kill fest with some hilarious plays. So given that Execration don't have Arbang playing for them, I would say MSI have got a slight advantage, but either way, I would say tune in for this game, because it should be pretty funny. But if you want to bet, again, bet small, best of ones, pretty risky, and enjoy the game. And the next game up, and the last game for tonight, is going to be Myth versus Invasion. Given the playstyle of the two teams, I feel this should be Invasion's game. Myth are undoubtedly a team with potential, but Invasion's deathball style of play gives no chance for the kills to farm, and unless Myth draws very well, I think this should be a quick game for Invasion. A lot of this game will depend on the draft though. In terms of late game, Myth should have it in the bag, depending on how well the kills can farm, which normally is pretty good, as well as having really good map presence with split pushing. So hope for Invasion drafting for the early game. In addition to this, while the kills can split push and farm really well for the late game, Kachik Imber is better in the early game, and he usually gets his core items up very quickly. It's not uncommon to see him with 2 or 3 core items up by the 20-minute mark. This means he can outcarry the kills in the early game. Again, a best of one, but I think this should be Invasion's win. Either way, thank you for watching everyone, and I will see you all later. Good luck with your rares. Bye!